Hello and welcome to this Young Turk special. I'm Shireen Bhan. Now, over our 8-year journey, we very often come across entrepreneurs that we'd like to support. But we haven't been able to profile them because they don't fit our prerequisites of being young, i.e. under 35. But while entrepreneurs can be boxed into different categories, ideas are limitless. And hence our search for ideas without boundaries has led to the creation of this new show. This week we put the spotlight on an emerging market. The changing socio-economic dynamics of this country has led to the emergence of senior citizens as a new category for both social and commercial enterprises to cash in on. Here's a look at this Young Turk special. India is home to more than 81 million seniors. Of these, over 11% live without anyone below the age of 60 supporting them. Modern lifestyles have led to more nuclear families, leaving this vulnerable and dependent part of our population at the mercy of old age homes and a life of loneliness. As life expectancy has increased from 41 years in 1951 to 64 today, hundreds of old age homes have sprung up in India. Neglect of parents has become a big issue, so much so that the Government of India passed the Maintenance and Welfare of Parents and Senior Citizens Bill in 2006. If you're a senior citizen looking for some help to get your domestic chores done, like paying your bills, getting your grocery shopping done, or even taking you to your next doctor's visit, then we have some help at hand, courtesy Manjari Gokhale Joshi. A former ICICI Lombard employee and a former journalist, Manjari launched Maya Care in 2009. It is a network of volunteers that actually caters to the needs of senior citizens. Here's the story of Maya Care and Manjari. With more families going nuclear, many elderly are left to fend for themselves, creating the need for greater institutional care. Providing such care is Manjari Gokhale Joshi. A venture, Maya Care assists senior citizens to lead an independent life while living in their own homes. Started in 2009, Maya Care has a network of women volunteers who try and help those in need. From reading to accompanying senior citizens on visits to the doctors, paying utility bills, bank transactions and even taking them to weddings and cultural events, Maya Care takes care of it all. But being the first of its kind in India, Maya Care has had its own hurdles.
Maya Care is often mistaken to be a maidservants bureau or a nursing or Aya services bureau or even a concierge service. But in reality, you will find that Maya Care associates, service associates who are mostly women, are educated young or even older women, somebody you can entrust your home and your loved one with. Because all the safety precautions, keeping their details with the police, etc. are taken care of. So that was one, the positioning. And the second is that we are a self-sustainable venture. We are not a charitable organization, nor are we a commercial organization. By self-sustainable, I mean that whatever charges through subscriptions, that the money which comes in is put right back into paying each and every volunteer for each and every service, for setting up the helpline, setting up the website and all the peripheral costs of operation. But unfortunately, sometimes Maya Care service, though it is appreciated, is sometimes expected to be free. And that is really not possible, because the idea is to ensure that service is provided every time there is a need, and also provide that service in a responsible and trustworthy manner.
You can avail of a Maya Care service by making a request on their helpline, and an associate with an identity card will be at your doorstep in 24 hours. 88-year-old Malati Golwarkar's life changed after she subscribed to Maya Care services. Volunteers not only help her with her list of things to do, but even give her much-needed emotional support. In just a year, Manjari and her team have helped over 60 senior citizens. Maya Care does not depend on donations, but has a self-sustainable revenue model.
We have a basic subscription of 250 rupees, which is just a registration. It is very, very essential that we register the person who's going to receive the service, because we need to have the address. We also need to have some special instructions from the family member if required, whenever the service is required. So that is the basic subscription of 250 rupees, which also entitles the person for one visit. One visit is 1.5 hours. In that 1.5 hours, suppose somebody, the volunteer reaches your house at 4 p.m. is when you've called her. From 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. you can assign multiple tasks, maybe keep a couple of checks ready, some bills to be paid, a shopping list ready, and also say that, why not also take so-and-so to the doctor or drop them at the airport or station, whatever can be accomplished. So feel free to use that service of 1.5 hours for 250 rupees. The other one we have is of 1,000 rupees. 1,000 rupees, you can use that for 5 visits. The visits need not be today or tomorrow. They can be any time over the next 6 months. If after 6 months you realize you've used only 3 visits or 4 visits and there are 1 or 2 pending, you need to just send an email or call and say that we haven't used that, can you please renew it, and you can use that later as well. If it comes to monthly visits, some people request for twice a week or thrice a week, then we have a twice a week subscription of 1,600 per month, or we have a 3 times a week subscription of 2,400. And it's not just senior citizens who can buy the service, but we do have a lot of people who like to gift the service, gift the subscription to a family member, or say that somebody's celebrating her 75th birthday. Instead of gifting her yet another sari or a shawl or piece of jewelry, which they're not so keen on receiving at that age, why not gift a Maya Care subscription? And that really is catching on.
Not just gifting care to the elderly, Maya Care also acts as a source of livelihood for its team of over 50 women. With operations in Mumbai, Pune, Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi and Ahmedabad, Maya Care is looking to start its operations in Hyderabad by the end of next month. While Manjari is keen to expand even further, she realizes the road ahead is not an easy one.
We receive a lot of requests from smaller cities that why not start Maya Care operations there. Right now it's not feasible, but hopefully in the future we should. The second thing, we receive a lot of requests that can Maya Care volunteers drive. Now some of them can, but one of our plans is to sponsor driving lessons through some help hopefully, and make sure that each and every Maya Care volunteer can drive, and we can provide that service as well. And third, Maya Care is a paid service. We know 200 rupees per visit, which essentially is what it boils down to, is not too much. At the same time, there is a large section of the population which cannot afford that. We hope that we would approach donors or corporates with this Adopt a Grandparent initiative, where somebody says, I want to pay 1,000 rupees, or I want to pay 500 rupees and sponsor 2 visits or 3 visits for somebody who can't really afford the service but needs the service. And what we would definitely ensure then is complete transparency. We would tell them that these are the grandparents, this is your Adopt a Grandparent person, this is the photograph, this is the name, this is the address of the person. Please feel free to visit the person if you wish to, and hopefully we can start that initiative as well sometime in future.
Recipient of the British High Commission's Shevening Scholarship, Manjari has also expanded Maya Care services to cater to the needs of the mentally or physically challenged. But even as she expands her reach and presence, Manjari's priority in 2010 is to consolidate operations and make Maya Care synonymous with senior citizen care.
Professional demands have shot up in the past few years. If you're committed to your work, you're very likely to be asked to relocate, to travel or work late, and it's not often that you can refuse. At the same time, there's a family back home, senior citizens you really wish to care for but cannot. And then why not count on the next best thing to family, Maya Care?
Well, Manjari, we wish you and Maya Care the very best of luck. Time for us to take a break, but